Good afternoon, passport holders. Today, September 20th, 2017, making today day 10:55, if I'm doing my math right, of the vlogs. And yeah, last night was rough, really rough. Super slow. I finally took the situation relating to my commissions not being paid out to the VP of Sales and HR. I very swiftly got a response from the VP of Sales stating that, hey, like, we're going to solve this for you. Don't worry about it. Here's what we need from you in order to kind of move forward in a way that works for you. Specify kind of how you want this payment to happen, and we'll make it happen. And proceeding to go forward, there's been no updates. So they said the nice things, and then my boss directly showed up about 15-20 minutes before my shift ended in order to, I guess, check in with me. I don't think he was planning on coming in that early, though. He spoke 2 sentences to me and didn't say another word. So at this point, with no interaction with Paycom showing either the PTO that I took last week on it, nor a pay stub coming out, we're getting to the point where I may have to sue the company in order to get paid, which sucks because I know that that will irreversibly taint the relationship between me and my employer, and that's not positive. But I don't have any other options. They promise payment, they say they're going to do these things, and nothing happens. So I'm going to let the quote-unquote payday cycle, which kicks around 3 a.m. to go through, and see what happens at that point. If it happens and it all works together, then great. I get paid on Friday, some $700+ and that'll support me in doing an oil change for my car and food and things like that, because at this point I'm completely tapped out on taking care of my bills. I have almost no extra cash that I have immediately accessible in my personal account in order to handle things like food of all the problems. So it's kind of one of those things where I'm super fortunate that I filled up on gas last night in order to sit there and try and give myself the option of continuing to go to work if I want to continue to drive my car on oil that is past due on its change at this point, which I know is not the worst thing in the world, and I know that I change my oil more frequently than I need to, but still, I should not be in this position. I did my job. I did everything I needed to in order to be appropriately paid as per the commission agreement, as per the employee handbook, as per everything. And everyone admits that I did. Yet I don't have the cash in hand in order to do the things that I need to do personally, which is absolutely crazy. Came home super frustrated, watched an episode of TV, took a sleeping pill, hoping to sleep for 10 hours. Woke up 3 different times because the painters are outside painting the exterior as they continue to try and do improvements on this crappy little apartment complex the new ownership does. And so my hope of getting 8 hours of sleep through stimulus, through drugs, didn't happen. Woke up, was wide awake by 12:30, and now it's about 3 o'clock, and I had to lean into it. I have tons of work that I need to do in order to try and make enough cash and realize enough cash so that I can take it out of the business so that I can take care of myself and get to next Friday when the next pay period comes out, and hope that I get some kind of interim cash in between from the company so that I don't have to take out all the money that I've made this week from the deal. So it's frustrating to say the least, but we're getting to a point again where if this is not resolved by the end of the month, I am going to place a small claims lawsuit against the company for breach of contract and failure to pay me. I just have no other options, and subsequently I will, at that point, depending upon how quickly that moves, may or may not immediately put in my 2 weeks notice so that I can be out of that situation, because there's no way I can go forward financially where I'm losing cash every week, every day, going up there and trying to work for them, and they're not paying me what the agreed upon amount is. So yeah, super frustrating. I need another job to come through, and quite frankly, at the end of the day, anything at this point, because this place has become toxic to me personally, to my health. I mean, I'm down 15, 17 pounds since I started working there. So it's screwing up my sleep schedule, which I've documented for the last 4 months. And it's just at a point where this is untenable going forward. And as a result, I'm going to try and give it a little time to work itself out. But I'm just at wit's end. So I've got some more captioning work to do relating to the Never Settle show, since I have almost everything back at this point. I think I have actually everything back. So I've got like 5 more clips that I need to get done today that I promised delivery on. I intend to do that, and then I've got to start to work on the 7 remaining blog posts that I need to do for the SEO firm in order to maybe make a little bit of money there. I mean, it's sad that I'm going to make more money in this week working for the SEO firm than I will at my job. All right, guys, 7:30 at this point. Let's recap since whenever I shot that clip, which I believe was around 1 o'clock. Since then, it was a lot of captions for Never Settle show. Got them all done. Looked up, it was 4:30. Clintus's captions were also finished as well in that mix. 4:30, I called my boss's boss to be like, yo, like, I'm not seeing any action inside of our payment processing system or our payroll processing system that you guys are cutting me a check. Don't see that my PTO from last week has been added, which was a promise you made in an email, and kind of was like, what are you doing to actually help me in this situation? Because you say all the nice things, you say the right things, and then there's no action to follow it up, no behavior. And that was the message that I left on his phone. So hopefully he'll either be there when I walk in, or he'll come in super early in order to come and hang out with me for a bit in order to try and understand where this frustration is coming from, and hopefully solve it, because ultimately, like, I'm burnt out to an absolute crisp at this point. I'm stressed out. The upside is that around 5 o'clock I did receive a notification from a company that I actually applied for 3 weeks ago, asking me for time to speak, phone screen, HR kind of thing, on either Friday, Monday, or Tuesday. I gave them times on all 3 days. They haven't confirmed, but given the fact it was so close to the end of the regular business day, totally fine. Looked up, it was 5:30, and I was just exhausted. And so I tried to lay down on the couch while watching an episode of TV just to fall asleep for an hour, 2 hours. It did not work. Eventually crawled into bed around 6:40, and did fall asleep for about 25 minutes. Woke up, vlog edit, and prepped everything so that I can work on these blog posts while I'm at work tonight, because quite frankly I don't have any more time. These are due tomorrow afternoonish. Not a hard deadline, but one that I kind of need for myself so that I can sit here and have Friday and Saturday be completely doing whatever the heck I need to in order to survive. So that's kind of the deal. I don't know. I don't know what more I can do in this situation in order to try and be reasonable. There's definite parts of me that is looking at Sunday and saying, okay, like, Sunday's the end of the pay period. If everything goes right, I'll get a position. I'll be in a financial position at that point, given everything that's gone on, where I can make a decision next week about whether or not I can physically handle continuing this job. I got to be able to pay my rent on the 1st. If I can do that, then everything else can kind of settle around it. But yeah, like, this is out of control. My stress level is so high, and I don't know. I'm liable to freak out at any moment is what it boils down to, because I shouldn't have to be in a job where this is possible. Like, it's one thing if I put myself in this situation because of what I've done with the business. It's another when I'm working 40 plus hours a week in order to get health insurance and supposedly cover my expenses, and it's doing half of that. So I don't know. I'm freaking out though. So All right, let's get this vlog edit done, and or export done, and then upload, and find some food, and figure something out. All right, guys, another shift here. Hoping that I can get through it. I am exhausted, and quite frankly, all I really want to do is go home, handle the last 6 episodes that are episode clips that the guys over at the Never Settle show sent over, and then go to sleep. And I'm super tempted to do it, so we'll see. But it is what it is. Hopefully there's positive news in the form of something inside of the payroll system at around 3 a.m. when that ticks over. And that'll make me feel better to know that that payout is coming, but we'll see. So in the meantime, thank you guys so much for your time and your attention. As always, I appreciate them so much. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still, so go do cool stuff. Bye for now.